Hello, new game. I added a game. Carlsen against Shirov is still the same tournament as before. It's still MTL Masters in Sofia, and I've chosen this game because it's one of my favorite openings here. It's the Botvinnik variation of the Semislav, and Shirov has written a book called Fire on the Board, which I have and I've read, and he analyzes this opening quite a lot. It's not like an opening book, but he gives some interesting ideas and shows his best games in this opening. He played it both for black and white. Now it's black, of course. This is the main line here, and this is like an opening. Even Kasparov played with white and with black, and it's like just an interesting opening. So this is the absolute main line here, and here there are different kind of moves. You see the computer likes all the moves here: knight f6, bishop h6, knight b6, queen b6. He likes all of them, but queen b6 is I think it's the main line. And here there are two main lines for white. You can do, apparently there are three. Apparently you can do knight a4, which is the most common. You can also do knight b1, rook b1. The idea is takes, and it's gonna be dangerous here. And apparently, and this is also rook e1, takes, and a rook here. I didn't see that move, but apparently that's also playable. But the most common is this one. So, and here the most common move is a3. And here there are like different interesting moves here. I think he took here. I think Kasparov played this move, I think. Let's see how that line goes. And there are, I think Shirov also played this one. This is a queen sacrifice. It goes like this. And it looks like it's even here. White only has two pieces for the queen, but he has a strong pawn. So apparently after e5 it's a balanced game. That's one of the queen sacrifices. There are some other queen sacrifices also. Let's see. It's not in this line, but there is one queen sacrifice where you do like that. How is that now? Let's see if I can remember it. Maybe it is if you go here. Or it's something like this, maybe. Let's see. Maybe it's something like that. Yeah, there are so many lines here. I've actually forgot everything. I'm not like a professional chess player now, so I can't remember all the lines. But there is lots of things to analyze here. But see what let's see what happened here. So he took this one. This is also apparently a way you can play. And he took and took. And here it looks like bishop f4 or bishop e3 or h4 was the best moves here. So let's look at those here. Best is here. And then actually go in here. That's a bit interesting. If tries to go back, it does like this. Okay, that's pretty interesting. Another move here was here apparently. Maybe here, yeah. Yeah, there's also some queens where we go like here and here, I think. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's just too complicated. Even for a computer, it's complicated to understand everything. But this is apparently a possible way to play. And here looks like black made a mistake with d4. White returned favor. Correct was this. This pawn's starting to look very weak. Can't even defend that one, I think. Yeah. It's impossible to defend. c4 here. So it was important to you lose a tempo by taking here, because black wants to support the center like this. But I think actually it looks like these pawn marches here, it's a bit dangerous for black before the queens are traded. So let's see what happened. He made like this. Okay, now it's quite forced. So okay, so white has won a pawn. No, it's even pawns now. He had white's up a pawn now. But black got some play of his own. That looks interesting. What if he goes here? There is like a common tactic here that often can happen. It's like, let's see, white goes here, that you can do this one and then it's mate here. And this one doesn't give anything because you can just go back here. So you go here. And no, apparently only move is this. If you would take here trading here, then black is just down a pawn and has... If everything gets traded now, it's white's pawn here, so that could be dangerous, but apparently this one saves the draw. It's threatening mating 1, so... So I guess he has to take. It looks logical to go here and try to trade queens, but you can go here. Apparently black has an active king here, so it's despite just having computer thinks black will save this one, that this will be a draw. That was one way to play for black to get a draw, but he did this one instead. Magnus played rook e3. Computer likes trading here. Then you don't have to think about this rook sacrifice. And now this one is threatened, so go back. It's so complicated. This is also a typical idea here. This square is weak. So let's go here maybe. Here you can trade, but apparently you can sacrifice here also. It's because this one is hanging. But why couldn't he take it now? Okay, it's because this one. No? What? Okay, he wants to take this. That's interesting. Yeah, this opening is very, very complicated and tactical. Loads of fun to play, but in this day with computer analysis, if you play one that's booked up and you don't know it, you will just lose without a game. So not many players would play this opening. So let's see what happened. Magnus did this, and he... Yeah, this is logical. Try to get this fork here. This, but he can't do it now because, yeah, white takes and win the bishop. It looks like the right move. Okay, so queen d1 was best here, not allowing the fork, but that's just it's a passive move to play, so it's not weird that he did something else. And if here takes, and you can take here, and knight c5 is coming. So make the correct move here. Okay. Yeah, it looks normal to take that knight because knight f3 check is often dangerous. But now the computer likes black. Sometimes, especially if the queens get traded, black has an active king and can just get the pawns here to queen. But let's see here. And Shirov finds the best move, rook a5, pinning the knight. That's an unusual move. Okay, this one is an inaccuracy, and after that black is winning. Queen d1 was correct, but that looks very passive. That doesn't look right to move your queen back like that. But yeah, of course you lose the knight now on a4. It couldn't be saved except by queen d1 protecting the knight. So it's, yeah. Let's see what happened. Yeah, so okay, well white has some chances, especially this pawn is blocking the bishop. Without this one it would be easy to win for black, but now there is some technical problems for Shirov here. Let's see how Magnus got a draw here. Computer thinks black is winning. Okay, so here is the decisive mistakes. That's not easy to see. Apparently only move was a5 here. That's just very hard move to find. Like, even if I'm looking at it now, it's just not, even if I know that's the right move, it's just not obvious at all, because there is just such a big risk to that the pawn's queen here, so that you should like allow a new queen. That's just, and not even protecting. You could also protect this one maybe by queen here, but I guess that's just too slow. So let's see if white takes a queen here, what happens. This reminds me a little bit of my game with Magnus. It was also like I could get an extra queen, but here Magnus has an extra queen, but yeah, the pawn will promote, and apparently black is winning here despite being one queen down. So that's a really remarkable position, like here. And I guess the reason why you play a5, it's because when you takes here king a6, that you shouldn't have this check here. I guess that could maybe be a draw. If the pawn wasn't here, let's say it's on a7, white checks here in some line. I guess that could be like drawing checks. So that's so cool. That's pretty cool. But a5. They say like there is a saying in chess that before you go on the final attack, you should improve your own king position first. So you see these old masters like Kasparov, he often like made like maybe h3 giving some heir to the king, and maybe maybe made some safety moves around his king, and this is a typical such. A5, it's like super deep, so it's impressive by Stockfish. Okay, so c3, more logical. And now if white takes a new queen here, then of course black is mating here. So white cannot do that. He has to take, and then try this check here. And now, as I said before, if he tries king here, then you can check here. And it's hard for black to get out of these checks. Okay, so best try for black was this. Okay, so this was a little bit of a winning try for black. After this one, it's drawing checks here. Yeah, if he goes here, you can check here. So the game finished here with drawing checks. I think that was an interesting game, and I'm impressed by Stockfish for finding that a5 move there that black could have won there, and that's superhuman, of course. So it's not strange that Shirov didn't see that, but Shirov did. There is a famous game, like Shirov's most famous game. It's also an endgame actually, where it's opposite colored bishops, and Shirov, he play a bishop is black playing a bishop to h3, and white can just take it with a pawn, but the bishop is like in the way for his king, so when he does that he gets like square for his king to go to the middle of the board, and he's winning because his pawns queens after that. That's like his most famous move, and if he would find this a5 here, it would have been such a classy move. It would have been like, it would have been a move like it would have been his second best move, a5 here. So yeah, that's good. Next time we see Magnus against Lenier Dominguez at Grünfeld. See you then.